Hey YouTube, how's it going? Someone asked me the other day, I don't, well, they kind of stated, I don't know how you can keep kind of going out there and expressing yourself and talking about yourself on a personal level when, you know, it's so kind of futile. And yeah, it is. The short answer of this video is I have no fucking idea why I make YouTube videos. I really don't. I've been thinking about this a lot more recently, and I've got to say that the negative column against YouTube is definitely growing in my mind. When I came onto YouTube, I was pissed off because no one was ever expressing my point of view, and I think I just saw someone that pissed me off so much that I had to respond because it was just so easily pwned. And then after that, it became more about kind of a forum for me to talk about my feelings and myself, and to have other people comment on me, and kind of get to know myself that way. But recent events such as Antique Lens having her docs dropped, and I was just on Encyclopedia Dramatica today for the first time. Thought I'd go and see what all the fuss is about. Not much, apparently. But I just realised, this is bullshit. This is total bullshit. And now I have to ask myself, why do I even make YouTube videos anymore? What do I get from this? And I think that the answer is basically that I'm a really lonely, insignificant person without many talents to draw attention to herself, and that over time on YouTube I've built up some kind of an audience, and I feel that I need some kind of an audience, or I'll kind of disappear into obscurity. But now I realise that I've opened myself up to so much danger, really, that anyone could now track me down and hurt me if they wanted to. That I've drawn attention to myself from a lot of nutters over the time that I've been on YouTube. And it also occurs to me that I've kind of made a permanent name for myself without meaning to do that. Because if I ever get a job in the public eye, or if I'm ever noted anywhere, it means that potentially someone can pop up with something that I said years ago in a moment of depression or something to discredit me. And it never occurred to me that every word I said went down on record until recently. Until recently I split up with my ex, and I was really, really upset, and I was basically asking people for support, whatever support they could offer. And then a couple of days later I took it down, and some other guy posted it as like a boundless suicide vid, and then like 8 other people mirrored it. And I just thought, yeah, I don't know that there isn't someone out there amongst you people watching me now, lurking in the shadows, downloading every video I make, or collecting information from every little insignificant slip of personal information that I give you, and kind of collating that into something. And whilst I don't generally find myself with much of a will to live, and I'm kind of happy to take my chances with that, for the benefits that I see from YouTube, I've been making this from my mother's home address, and my name is linked to my mother and my sister, and that makes me feel really afraid. This is my childhood home, and if my docs were dropped, there's a chance I'd have to move house for my family's safety. Now I know that I'm somewhat overblowing this because I don't have massive exposure on YouTube, and I'm not being so egotistical as to assume that I have anyone's attention, but I am now quite afraid for those 2 reasons: that everything I've said has gone down on record and can be used against me. And everyone should be free to develop and change as a person, I think. And what you said a year ago isn't necessarily how you feel about something now, and I think in a way, having a history like this, and also that potentially I've opened myself up to danger. My YouTube channel was hacked at some point 6 months ago or something, and I only had like 200 subscribers at that point. I have seen some pluses from YouTube. I met my ex through YouTube. I went out on the weekend and hung out with Stan Marsh 1 in London and his girlfriend, and that was really nice. And then Time Telescope and Cubano a Fuego came along afterwards for a drink. That was really nice, and I wouldn't know any of those people without having, you know, been on YouTube. I wouldn't have met Ominous Voice in real life. I wouldn't have met Nuclear Night. But I think it's not good for me. Like, it's not good for my self-esteem. I somehow thought, I think when I came to YouTube, I thought The Amazing Atheist seems like a really normal and simply, you know, slightly more intelligent than usual person. And you have to remember that I came onto YouTube like a year and a half ago when The Amazing Atheist was still like something resembling an intelligent, thoughtful person. If anyone actually used to watch The Amazing Atheist videos, if anyone remembers before he deleted all his old videos back 3 years ago, I actually really liked him as a YouTuber who spoke very candidly and personally about his life. Don't know what happened there, but anyway, I'm not going there. My point is, though, I was like, wow, someone like The Amazing Atheist can gain that much, you know, attention and can become that popular in a forum like YouTube. I should try my hand at this. But you know, conclusively after a year, you'd think, you know, I was clearly quite delusional in the first place. You'd think it would have been instantly obvious to me that I would always be a mediocre YouTuber. But after a year on YouTube, it's become apparent to me that I still only have like an active audience of 400 people or something. And you know, I come onto YouTube now. During the day, it's like I check my YouTube channel and there's nothing. There's just like a hay bale rolling across my inbox. I remember days where, back in the day, before I took like a 4-month break, I used to have like 60 emails a day or something. It was mad. Like I was so commented and subscribed and emailed at that time that it was highly rewarding for my ego. And you know, I don't think there's any danger in me taking a bit of pride from something, because if you've been watching my channel, you'll see that I don't have much of a self-esteem. But nowadays, the channel itself, it's all just flattened out into nothing now, into hay bales rolling across my inbox, and a kind of annoying fear that, you know, every video I have up online is somehow a danger to me. And I think my crisis is not with making YouTube videos. My crisis is with my own self, you know, that I'm afraid that I'm going to be lonely forever. I don't have very many friends. You know, I've made some friends through YouTube and that's great. But, you know, this is just YouTube to you. You're just watching some chick on YouTube, and if I disappear, no one really cares about me. But I have to carry on with, you know, this life, with this personality, to the end, really, the bitter end. And I'm afraid that my personality over a year has only garnered that much interest. It's going to be a lonely life, and I'd better find something else. And that's kind of what I've been learning recently, is there's nothing to me.